So in Algebra 2, you guys are slightly familiar with quadratic functions, but we'll expand on our knowledge of quadratic functions. And we'll talk about solutions of quadratic functions. We'll talk about graphing quadratic functions, our parabolas. We'll talk about complex numbers, which I'm sure some of you guys have seen people use I in math. So when we talk about complex numbers, that's having a number that looks in the format A plus BI, quadratic word problems, and then move on to polynomial functions. So polynomial functions, you've seen them before. You probably just didn't know they were called polynomials. An example could be like x cubed plus 2x squared plus x plus 1. So you'll talk about dividing polynomials, remainder theorem, factor theorem, rational root theorem. You'll talk about zeros or x-intercepts of polynomials and how to graph polynomials. Then you'll talk about rational functions, how to solve and graph them, exponential and log functions, which would be, for example, if you've seen something that looks like e to the x or log of x before, that's something you'll be introduced to. So exponential function word problems, inverse functions, if you've ever seen that little -1, that means inverse. Properties of log functions, and solving logarithmic functions. So for here, I wanted to give an example of something you might see to prepare you. So if you have log base b of a equals c, then you could say the little number b raised to the c power equals a. So I'll give you guys an example and then have you guys try one. If I have log base 5 of 10 of 25 equals 2, then that means that 5 squared equals 25. You take the little number and you take the number we equal it to, and that will equal this number right here. So following the same pattern, I want you guys to try this one, log base 3 of 27 equals what? So I'll give you guys 1 minute to try that. Okay, so Adam, what did you put for the question mark? What did you think it was? Adam, are you there? That's okay. What about Kaida? What did you put for the question mark?
3.
3, very good. Have you ever seen that before?
No.
But you were able to understand it just from the formula?
Yeah.
Very good. That's awesome. So yes, the answer should have been 3 because we know that 3 cubed is 27. So that tells me that log 3 of 27 is 3. Okay. And then after, like toward the ends of Algebra 2, depends on your school district again and your curriculum for your class, but you may talk about, to some extent, sequences and probability and other advanced topics in preparation for pre-calculus. So now we're going to look at this example.